Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel again. In this video I'd like to talk about the differences between informal emails and formal emails. Let's get started. Alright, as you know, it is important to distinguish between formal and informal email writing. The style, the language, the outline and everything. In this video, I'm going to just use some symbols to just show different styles and also appropriate language for formal and informal email writing. All right. Here, for formal language, formal email and formal style, I'll use this black formal person, and for informal language I'll use informal person. Alright, in all emails we should have the greeting. It is so important. In formal emails we use dear sir, dear ma'am, dear madam, dear Mr. Jones, dear Dr. Smith and so on. And you should remember, we don't say dear, for example, Ali, dear John. We always use surname. And for informal language or informal emails, in the greetings part we use hi Jack, hey Jack, hello Jack, dear mom, hi there, morning, afternoon, evening Tim, hello again Tim, and so on. And you should remember that we use comma after the name. And after the greeting, we should have the reason for the writing or the reason for replying. Why are we writing this email? For example, in formal language, for example, I am writing to make a reservation, I am writing to apply for the position of, I am writing to confirm my booking, I am writing to ask for further information about something, I'm writing with regard to the sale of something, I am writing to the complaint you made in February. Thank you for your email in February regarding the sale of something. Thank you for your email on Friday concerning the conference in Istanbul with reference to our telephone conversation on Friday and so on. In informal email, informal language should be used. And again, we should show the reason for writing our email. For example, just a quick note to tell you that this is to invite you to join us for. Thanks for your email. It was wonderful to hear from you. It was great to hear from you, and so on. And after writing the reason, for example, we may have different situations. For example, we may need to make a request or ask for information and so on. And here we have formal language to use when you make a request. Could you please let me know if you can attend? Could you please let me know if you are available for a meeting on Friday? I would appreciate it if you could please send me a brochure. I would appreciate it if you could please reply within 2 days. As you see, the language is very formal and you should consider this language in your formal emails. And when you want to write informal email to make the request or ask for information, if you notice the difference between the language here, for example, I'll be waiting for your email to get some information about. Please don't forget to call me back, and so on. As you see, the language is very informal. We use, for example, abbreviation, as soon as possible. Please let me know how much the tickets cost. It's very informal. And for example, in formal language, you may offer help, you may give information. As you again notice here, we are delighted to inform you that. I am pleased to inform you that. We regret to inform you that the show has been cancelled due to bad weather conditions. We are willing to arrange another meeting with the CEO. We would be glad to send you another statement if necessary. Please do let me know if I can be of further assistance. Again, the language is very formal. In informal language that you can use when you want to offer help or when you want to give information, I'm sorry, but I can't make it tomorrow. I'm sorry, I can't come tomorrow. Or I'm happy to help you, or I'm happy to tell you that, for example, Sarah and I are getting married next month. As you see here, the language, again, it is very informal. Do you need a hand with moving the furniture? The language is everyday language that you can use in your conversation. And when you want to complain, the language in formal email should be also considered. For example, I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with something. I'm writing to complain about something. I regret to say that I was not completely satisfied with the room you provided us. We regret to inform you that your payment is considerably overdue. I would like to receive a full refund and compensation for the damages, and so on. Again, the language is so formal. You can use them according to your needs. And in informal email, if you want to just complain, I'm sorry to say that you're late with the payment. I hope you won't mind me saying that the place you'd recommended to us wasn't as nice as we'd expected. Again, the language is for informal. And you may also need to apologize. For the informal email, we would like to apologize for any inconvenience caused. Please accept our apologies. And so on. As you see, also the language is very formal here. Please let us know what we can do to compensate you for the damages caused and so on. Again, if you want to apologize in a formal language. In informal language, it's simple. I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. I apologize for the delay. I promise it won't happen again. I'm sorry, but I can't make it to the meeting, and so on. Again, as you see, the language is informal. And generally, you may need to attach a file to your email. These are some examples of using formal language for attached files. I'm attaching my CV for your consideration. I am sending you the brochure as an attachment, and so on. You can see the examples here. And if you attach something to your email and if you want to use informal language, you can use these examples. I'm attaching the holiday photos. I'm sending you the holiday photos. Sorry, but I can't open it. Can you send it again in another format? And it is important to end your emails. And there are very good examples for formal emails. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to end your email. And in informal emails, you can use informal language such as hope to hear from you soon, looking forward to seeing you soon, and so on. And after that, you have to close your email. We have some closing formula. Yours faithfully. If you start your email with Dear Sir or Madam, if you use the name, you should use yours sincerely. Or sincerely using yours in American English, sincerely in American English, and yours truly again in American English. And in informal language, informal email, you have a lot of options. It's up to you. Love, thanks, take care, yours, regards, cheers, bye for now, best regards is a bit semi-formal, and so on. Now we have some tips here. Some things to avoid when writing formal emails. Don't use colloquial words. For example, wanna, you'll. Don't use them. Don't use contractions for them. Can't, don't, didn't. And don't use cliches. I will email you the report in for example, as you see, the language is very informal. And don't use abbreviation, for example, LOL, PS. And don't use imperatives, for example, stop, do it. It's impolite, not good for formal emails. And here we have an example of an informal email. For example, we start the email, hi Sarah. We write the reason, I miss you so much, can't wait to see you on Friday. As you see, we have abbreviation, we have exclamation mark and so on. We give further information, again, I miss my bestie. Informal language, again, appropriate for informal email. And as you see also, it ends with love ya and the name. It is an example of an informal email. Now we have an example of a formal email, and I took this email from British Council's website. As you see, we start with Dear Ms. Black, and then we have the beginning. I am writing in response to. I would be grateful if you could provide some further information. The highlighted parts are important, and they are formal language. I mean, you can find formal language to use in your email. We have firstly, comma, secondly, comma, finally, comma, and different points in the email. And then we finalize it with a formal statement. I look forward to hearing from you. And because we started with the name, we finished with yours sincerely, comma, and full name. And as you see here, we have a very formal language. Would it be possible to do a 3-week course? I would also like to know how much your courses cost exactly. As you see, the language is very formal and appropriate for formal email writing. And as I said, I just took it from British Council's website. And here we have again some tips for writing. Again, I took this part from British Council's website. If you know the name of the person you're writing to, use Mr. for a man and Ms. for a woman. Start by saying why you are writing or what you are responding to. Use indirect question for that. I would be grateful if you could. It is very polite. And also you can use words like firstly, secondly, finally to order your points, and use this standard phrase to finish a formal letter. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you've begun the email with dear and the name of the person, finish with yours sincerely. If you have used dear sir or madam, finish with yours faithfully. It is important. And don't forget to include your name. It is absolute, because in some of my students don't write their names, and it is vague. It is vague. And yeah, also as I said, I took this part from British Council's website. And here we have a task that you may have in your exams, or you may have in your real life. As you see here, you're going to spend a weekend with your friend from Scotland, Chris. Read the email you have just received from Chris and the notes you've made. Write a reply to Chris using all the notes in red. You should write approximately 150 words. It is important to pay attention to all parts. As you see, for example, for the first paragraph, you should express your idea as a great idea, and then you should give some advice. For another paragraph, you should tell Chris what, because Chris asked, can you tell me which activity you'd rather do? So you should provide some information for that question. And the last paragraph, not possible, and explain why. In your exams, you may have a task like this, and you should decide if it's a formal email or informal, and you should answer and reply to all parts. Don't forget, if you miss one part, you may miss some points. Again, I took this task from British Council's website. You can find a lot of useful tasks over there. And here, it's a reply to Chris. As you see, first, we include, hi Chris, comma, thanks for your email. It's great to hear from you. It is important to include this part, and I can't wait to come and visit. Since it's informal, the writer also used informal language. As you see in each paragraph, the person answered some questions and requirements of the task. For example, I'd prefer to go on the boat trip on the river, and so on. And in the following paragraph, so you're learning Italian, I'm impressed, why don't you blah blah blah. As you see, the language is informal. For example, in the question, so you're learning Italian, question mark. It's not a question grammatically, but with the tone of voice it becomes a question. As you see, since it's informal, it is absolutely fine to use informal language. And then the person finishes the email, I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Best wishes, Sira. Again, I took this part from British Council's website, since it was a very good and standard email. Now we have again top tips for writing. Use formulaic expressions to start and finish your email. For example, if it's formal, dear sir. If it's informal, for example, hi, for example, Jack, and finish it. For example, best regards or yours sincerely, according to the formality of your email. And use I'd prefer simple form, infinitive, to say which option you want to do. Use informal words if you're writing an informal email. Respond to your friend's email in a friendly and chatty style if it's an informal email. Use a variety of structures for giving advice. Keep it detailed. And don't forget to respond to all the points in your friend's email if it's an informal email. Even if it's a formal email, you should answer and you should respond to all the points in the email. If you miss one part, it is not appropriate. Again, these tips are from British Council's website. I hope this video helps you improve your email writing appropriately. Hope to see you again in my channel. Take care. Bye bye.